Oak Street Orchard, and I want to talk about mangoes. Sorry for all the water. This is what happens when I use water from the house. I let it sit outside, evaporate all the bad stuff like chlorine and other things. But I want to talk about mangoes. There's a gardener, and he calls himself the Orlando Gardener, who is a mango freak. I could see why. I could see why, and I haven't even tasted a homegrown mango. Okay, so let's check out some things. I did a video about this mango not too long ago. Just purchased it. It's in a spot where it gets good sun and shade because I recently up potted it from the store-bought pot. So I wanna go in closer on it and explain some things. So that's the sap. I hope it focuses because I want y'all to see that stuff there. This is the sap. It's glaring a bit. And I touched it. That stuff is sticky and it heals. But I did this because I'm done. It's tall enough. It's tall enough. Once you think so, it's tall enough. So now it's time for it to branch out. I want to force this branching. Hopefully, see those buds? Where's my finger? See those buds right there? My finger is right there at the bottom left corner. I just cut it yesterday this morning. I can't remember. They have not been that swollen. I look at my trees because I want to see growth from start to finish. It has another bud right up top, which will now start to swell and extend to branch off on either which way it chooses. Now I have a bud over here, and I have my string here, and I have it pulling the tree back because, I mean, it's a tall tree. The root system hasn't stabilized itself yet in the pot. I had to stake her twice just to keep her in a position. We have a hurricane, and I have to figure out a way to take care of my trees during this windy time. The best place you could do, they say, for wind, closer to the house. I have an idea though. I'm gonna use some old blankets, and shield them like that, man. This is the Glen mango, by the way. This is the Glen. I would love to buy a mango tree and plant it in my mom's yard when I leave. But I live in Zone 8B in Florida, and mangoes will not thrive here because we will have mild winters, and then we will have a winter where it might hit 27 degrees. That's cold enough to kill a mango, or at least die it back to right there. The graph happened right here. So if it dies anywhere below this part, that's an unfavorable fruit. That's not gonna be the Glen, and I bought the Glen. Let's go over here to the Carry. Freshly matured leaves. These just get matured. I tipped it because I thought this tree had anthracnose. Mango trees are susceptible to anthracnose. Anthracnose will kill new growth. Anthracnose, like, we talking about anthracnose. I had a branch right here on the Glen. Bought it, everything. It kept growing outward. Come home the other day and I touched it and it broke, which means it was dying. Now, I could blame that on anthracnose, but you would notice anthracnose by the leaves. But then I said, you just repotted this. Give it some time. It's stressed out. It's still establishing. So I'm not tripping. But let's go to the Carrie, because I am tripping over Carrie. Carrie had some weird things happening. Carrie had purple tints right here down the middle of her leaves. Still see it. See that purple tint? Right there. Right there. Purple tint in the middle of the leaves. And it got so bad it was all the way over this part of the leaf. But it's okay. I took those leaves off. Like these tips right here, it's not heat stress because I had it in the house when I repotted it into this pot because it was majorly hot out here. So I put it in the house for like a week, week and a half, just so it could establish itself, get itself going. And this happened in the house. So it's not heat. Could be water because I watered it once, twice. First time I drenched this thing and I kept checking until it was a little moist. But let's talk about Carrie. Carrie, since I tip pruned her, because she was up here. Carrie was pretty tall. Carrie got buds that get bigger every day. See that one? Damn. See her? See the other one? See them? All of them? They get bigger every day. Swear, they're gonna burst a new growth. That's just one branch. I tip pruned every branch Carrie had. See her? With that new growth right there? See Carrie? You can barely see Carrie, but hold on. Now you see Carrie. See that right there? Hold on, I'm not done. Little dots. Them buds. Because I'm learning mango is a panicle tree. It fruits and grows from panicles. Okay? I can't even explain a panicle right now. Anyway, check out Carrie. Check out Carrie right here. Because I tip prune all this all the way down to the stem. You see the other ones? I left stems. I even left parts of stems. Because they had already buds there. But look. Look at all those buds in the middle of this. Look at that. Look at that. Carrie's gonna grow. But Carrie needs to be protected through this storm. As all my trees need to. Hibiscus may go inside. Maya lemon will go against the house. I will find a place for all of my trees. Guarantee that. This is the great thing about having my trees in containers while they're young. And before I find my homestead, because I can move on my trees. So my persimmon just burst out with new growth after dropping 7 fruit. Yeah, this little persimmon tree had the most fruit on it, on one tree in the nursery. Seen another one, seen a fuyu with a gigantic persimmon. My Satsuma's doing great. I just foliar fed her. Her soil stays moist, mulching. She has 3 fruit. Next year she should be loaded. I prune her right. I don't have to do very much pruning though. Just some branches that are too close to each other, like those 2 over here. These might be too close to my liking. I'll see what happens. But persimmon here. But huge leaves. I forgot what the leaves look like because persimmon ain't have many leaves on there to start with. But none of the persimmons have lost all their leaves, except the ones with no fruit. But next year, this tree might be loaded, or maybe not. But 7 fruit on the tree, it may be the year where it didn't produce a lot. Next year could be that year it does, because remember, these are biennials. One year they produce big, one year they produce small, but a lot of fruit. Next year they produce a little, not as much, but huge fruit. And I am in love with the persimmon. I'm in love with the woman of my child because I probably could buy 100 of these mango trees, and she won't say you need to stop buying trees. Because as soon as she tastes the Cary or the Glen or even the pink guava, she's going to be like, buy more trees. Oak Street Orchard. I just want to talk to you about mangoes, Cary, Glen, and I want to talk to you about you prune that tree, you're going to make that tree branch out. You're going to see these buds swelling. Panicles, I think. Let's keep it going. Oak Street Orchard. Grow your own food. I am.